Namaskaram. We are continuing with the Mahabharata story. Yesterday we stopped with the birth of Yudhishthira in Kundi as the son of Yama Dharmaraja, who is the lord of ancestors, lord of the deceased. This was as suggested by Pandu. And after Yudhishthira was born, when 1 year passed, Gandhari already had I think we said that she was pregnant even 1 year before Yudhishthira was born, and after 1 year of his birth, that is when 2 years were passed, and still Gandhari was not ready. She became impatient and she tore her belly open, and what she got was a formless flesh, mass of flesh. And Vedavyasa came to know of it immediately. He came and was not at all pleased, and he took that mass of flesh and he sprinkled some water on it, and it separated into 100 pieces, and he asked for 100 pitchers, earthen pitchers filled with ghee, which is clarified butter, and he placed each piece in each pitcher and asked them to shut it firmly and open it only when there was sign of life in each. And the first one was born from one of the pitchers after 1 year of that. Sorry, after Yudhishthira was born, after 1 year, one of the pitchers broke open, and the first son of Gandhari was born out of that pitcher. It was Duryodhana. Gandhari and Dhritarashtra both were anxiously looking forward to the birth. But when the child was born, there were all bad omens heard from all around. There are lots of bad omens which are listed in the epic, like foxes howling, eagles making noise and flying. Lots of bad omens were heard and seen, and both Dhritarashtra and Gandhari and others in the palace were scared. And Dhritarashtra asked Brahmins, knowledgeable Brahmins, and Vidura what it foretells. They all, including Vidura, said, "Look, this is very bad omen. This child will cause the annihilation of the race of Kurus, of the dynasty. Not only that, hundreds of thousands of people will die in wars because of him. So it is wise that you abandon him now itself." Doesn't mean killing. You throw him out of the empire's boundary. You throw him out of the palace. Let him survive wherever. But neither of them had the heart, Dhritarashtra nor Gandhari. So they didn't listen to Vidura's advice. That was how Duryodhana was born. And then within a month, one by one, the pictures were opened and 100 sons were born. Yeah, I missed one point was that after getting the mass of flesh into pieces and putting them in the pictures, there were small pieces left all around. Vedavyasa collected them all and put in another picture, 101st. And out of that was born a girl, and they called her Dushala. These 100 were named Duryodhana, Dushasana, and all that. 100 names are listed in the Mahabharata epic. Vidura also got a son. Dhritarashtra got a son in a Vaishya maid whom they gave the name Yuyulsu. And Kundi, after giving birth to Yudhishthira, was approached again by Pandu for another son. This time he wanted a son who was very strong. For the first time, he asked for someone who was very meritorious, very scholarly and all that. But this time he wanted somebody who was strong. And Kunti prayed to the Lord of Air, Vayu, Lord Vayu, who is supposed to be very strong because he could, with force, he could break even mountains and create tempests. And Vayu Bhagavan came and had a relationship with Kunti, and Bhimasena was born. And when Bhima was born, there were, what is it called, Ashariri, that is, voices heard from heaven that he will be as strong as 1,000 elephants, and there will be nobody in the world who would be as strong as him and all that. And again, after 1 year, Pandu asked Kunti for yet another son. This time he wanted someone who was dear to everybody, and not only that, he was more skilled than anyone, the most skilled warrior. And he himself suggested to pray to Indra, who is the king of gods. It is said that Pandu himself did penance for 1 year and asked Kunti to join him. The two of them did penance meditation for 1 year on Lord Indra. And Indra appeared at the end of year and he was pleased, and he had a son born out of Kunti, who was named Arjuna. And it was a big festivity when Arjuna was born. From heaven, gods, goddesses, sages, and the other heavenly beings like Gandharva, Apsara, they all came. They sang and danced and played on musical instruments, and it was a big festivity. And again, Pandu was not satisfied. He came to Kunti for the fourth son, and Kunti said, no, you should know that 3 children are what is permitted out of a woman, so I will not have another child. And then Pandu said, then why don't you tell Madri the secret of the boon? Meanwhile, Madri, when Kunti gave birth to 3 sons and Gandhari gave birth to 101, Madri had approached Pandu expressing her desire to have at least one son. And the remaining boon, Kunti had 5. One she had used earlier and 3 she used now. And there was one remaining, and that she advised to Madri and asked her to pray to any god of her like. And Madri prayed to Ashwini Devas. Ashwini Devas are twins, a pair of gods who are the physicians in heaven. They are the doctors in heaven. They are very famous for their beauty and for their medicinal skills. And the Ashwini Devas, they came and they were pleased, and with their blessing, Madri delivered to a twin. And they were named Nakula and Sahadeva. Both were very handsome children, and there was again joy in the palace. Thus, Pandu got 3 sons, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Sena, and Arjuna from Kundi, Nakula and Sahadeva from Madri. These 5 are known as the 5 Pandavas, Pancha Pandavas, and the 100 sons of Gandhari came to be known as the 100 Kaurava princes. And Mahabharata story is centered around the quarrel between these cousins. And we will go into that in the coming days. This is one stage in Mahabharata. So I will go now and tell one of the stories, background stories from tomorrow. Namaskaram.